Q-Dog in Washington, D.C. This is ChristianEyewear.com, where believing is seeing. I am See More Better. Call me Mo Better, because I'm going to have you see Mo Better, looking Mo Better, and show everyone else how I bring God's love and feeling back to glasses when I cut your Christian eyewear. Model number Philippians 4:13, which is I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, in the 52 eye size. The color royal purple with old gold on the temples. You get 2 crosses per temple, and when you cross the temples, oh yeah, that's what you get. But the nicest thing about this frame, comes with a polarized magnetic clip-on that snaps right onto the frame. It's got a polarized gradient brown lens in there. And let me begin, because I need to cut your Zeiss extra active gray lenses with the Duravision Chrome anti-glare. So I'm going to pop out your original demo lenses, of which you will be receiving. I'm going to put your frame into the tracing element of my blocker. I'm going to program the shape into the computer so that years from now, should you ever need new lenses, I can pull up this barcode, have your pupillary distance, the optical center height programmed in there, and you will see how to install the lenses yourself that I can mail right to your home. But you are Secret Agent 3031. That's what it says up there, 3031. So I'm going to hit the start button. The little stylus is going to pop up, go around, trace the inside bevel of the right side of the frame before doing the same thing on the left. Here at Christian Eyewear, your new home for free prescription lenses. You purchase any frame from me and you'll get 1 free pair of clear single vision prescription lenses or non-prescription fashion lenses. My receipt has my federal ID tax number, so if you have vision insurance or unused health savings account flex dollars, you will get reimbursed for this purchase. Now, you'll get the full reimbursement from your health savings account if you have flex dollars or anything like that. I do not accept any vision insurance plans. I'm considered out of network. But if you submit the receipt that I can provide upon request, your insurance company will mail you your out-of-network reimbursement to your home in the form of a check, I should say. But that is the shape of the lens we'll be cutting first. Let's move on to the next screen. Enter your pupillary distance, which is 32.5 for each eye. Actually, I don't have to do anything. The computer starts at 32.5. I do want to raise the optical. Let's go back to 32.5. Tap that box. Now I'm going to go up in 0.5 millimeter increments to 23. Because I just know this frame well enough and where to cut the lenses for it. I cut my teeth on this frame, and that's why starting with this one, I designed that one myself. By the way, all Christian eyewear are designed in the USA by me. I'm proud to say that. All lenses are cut in the United States by me, a licensed optician, who'll throw in a few bad jokes in the course of this procedure. But okay, so I need to get your lenses prepped. This is your right eye. I'm going to take it out of the protective packet that Zeiss sends it in. Your prescription starts, I start by putting the axis wheel for your astigmatism. Actually, let's turn this thing on. Make sure it's on 0 and everything is centered where it should be. I'm going to put the power drum on -175. Put the lens into the reticle, rotate it until the spherical component of your prescription comes into view first. I want to check your astigmatism correction, and I'll explain what all that means later. And I'm going to put 3 dots on your lenses. And I'm going to put an R on here for right. And the thing I love most about Zeiss, they document everything. Because when you buy glasses online, how do you know you're really getting what your doctor prescribed? Well, it's written on this package here. This is your right lens. It is the Zeiss Photofusion 1.59, which is a refractive index of polycarbonate, and of course the Photofusion Extra Gray. You've got the power for your right eye, -175, -1/4 at 60, and right here the smaller line in the middle now is the Duravision Chrome anti-glare. Let's do the same thing for your left eye. Spin the axis wheel to 90. Take the lens out of the packet, put the power drum on -1/4. Put the lens in, rotate it until the spherical component comes into view first, which is the -1/4. There we go, we're looking good. Check your astigmatism correction. We're at -1, so that's perfect. Again, I will explain what all that means later. Actually, I can tell you whether you're ever going to have astigmatism in your life. Are you sleepy when you wake up? Are you hungry right before you go to bed? Well, if that's the case, excuse me, are you hungry right before you eat? I need to pay attention. I'm getting hangry. And I'm going to put an L on here, which is Latin for not right. Place that there. Now, let me go ahead and put the power, and of course you're going to receive all the manufacturer's original packaging. And that's why I highlight this, so you know you're getting the real deal. Now, if you guys missed any of that, let me recap. Oh, it's a bad joke, but you're going to be telling it tomorrow. So, this is a block, or as I like to call it, Jenny from the block. I need to attach this to your lens while it is cutting, so I need 2 double-sided adhesive stickers, of which I've got here. The black side is the sticky side. I'm going to stick this one onto the first block. Do the same thing now for the second one. Pull the paper away to make the black side sticky. Now that silver button on the back is a magnet. It's going to do its job twice. The first time it's going to attach itself to another magnet here in the arm. And the reason why I put those 3 dots on there, it tells me that it's oriented in there just perfectly. So I'm going to get everything laid out. This is the platform that the lens sits on. Sometimes it can be moved. Just a moment ago, this was in the way of where that dot's going to be, so that's why I'm rotating it. So I can see exactly where... Oh, you guys are being stubborn. Okay, there we go. Now I can see where those 3 dots go. Get everything lined up in there perfectly. And hit that button. The arm comes down, places the block onto the right lens. We're going to do the same thing now for the lens that ain't right, which I can identify with. I don't have to move the pupillary distance. I don't have to move the optical center height. All that stays the same. I do want to check to make sure the lens is large enough to fit into the frame. You have the same power vertically and at both meridians, I should say, the top or the bottom. And I always like to see which side gives me the most room, and I believe this side does. So I'm going to magnify that back again, get everything laid out perfectly. And look, I'm getting ahead of myself. Pull the paper away, make black side sticky, place that in the block. Now I can attach this to your lens. Okay, so this is the blocker, this is the tracer, this is what's known as the edger. This is what's going to edge your lenses down from this size to this size. And it's going to do that on this diamond crusted cutting wheel. This is what's going to grind away your lens material. This wheel in the center is going to put the V-shaped bevel onto the lens so it stays inside the bevel of the frame. Now I'm going to wake up the computer. I'm going to transfer the data from here to here. Again, job ID number 3031. 3031, or as I like to call it, installment 3031 of making a pair of glasses. Installment 3031 of my 330 million volume series of making a pair of glasses for everyone in America. So stay tuned for episode number 330 million, because spoiler alert, I'm going to need to sit down. I'm going to be tired. I'm going to need a nap and some snacks by the time I get to that one. So these are polycarbonate lenses. If they were plastic, high index plastic or Trivex, I would select that material. But we're going to stick with polycarbonate because that's my material of choice. I'm not going to polish the edge of the lens. I'm not going to put a safety bevel on the front convex surface of the lens, but I am going to place one on the rear concave surface of the lens. Even though it's not needed, but I'll show you why in just a little bit why I'm going to do that. Press the sticker on there firmly. Place. Now the magnet's going to do its job a second time. It's going to attach itself to another magnet there in the chuck, or as I like to call it, the Charles, because I just don't know this machine well enough to call it chuck. Hit the green start button, the door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to go into the right side of the frame on the first go round. And you can see as it's tracing the shape of the right lens. And the second time, it's doing the old Jewish carpenter saying, love thy neighbor as thyself, or measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens at every point to know exactly and precisely where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Now the water you see flowing in the back of the machine, that's there to catch the optical sawdust as it comes off the cutting wheel. Polycarbonate lenses cut dry, meaning that no water sprays onto them while they're cutting, unlike plastic, high-index plastic, and Trivex that have water spraying on the lens for the whole time. Now water will spray onto your lenses for the last 20 seconds to wash away any optical debris that you may see beginning to form on the edge of the lenses. But your lenses are made out of polycarbonate, which is 40% thinner and lighter than regular plastic. They're virtually unbreakable lenses. These are high-impact ballistics grade, the same lens material that our soldiers wear overseas in combat zones to protect their eyes from shrapnel and from flying debris. It has 100% UVA and UVB protection built into the lens. We know what the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays can do to your skin. Well, your eyes are 8 times more sensitive than your skin, so unlike the lotions, creams, and sprays that have to be reapplied every couple hours when you're in direct exposure to the sun there in Washington, D.C., this is permanent and never needs to be reapplied. Now, you are going to get sunglass level UV protection in a clear lens, but you have the Photofusion Extra Gray, which turns dark when you go outside, and by nature it already has 50 to 70% blue light protection built into the lens. The photochromic lenses were the original blue light protection. That's what you hear a lot about now. The blue light that's emitted from today's electronic devices such as cell phones, tablets, computer screens, and of course the #1 source of blue light on the planet, the sun. Now you have the Duravision Chrome anti-glare, which is 3 features in one. By the way, this is just doing its own check and balance system, just like Washington, D.C., to see where to place the bevel again. It's going to drop down onto the middle wheel for that. But the 3 features is, the first feature is it reduces glare when driving at night, particularly driving at night in the rain, but from street lights, stoplights, computer screens, overhead fluorescent lights, and such. The second feature is it reduces reflections. So when someone's looking at you, they're not looking at their reflection in your glasses, so it makes for a much better eye contact. Or if you take a selfie, you're less likely to see the phone in the lens, or if someone takes a picture with a flash, you're less likely to see that. Now the third feature that I like, which is the practical side, alright, it tells me it's in the last 20 seconds since water has begun spraying, but the machine that applies the anti-glare coating takes well over $1 million and they vaporize 8 different coatings onto your lens. So because of the time and the expense, they put the industry's hardest scratch coating on there to protect your time and investment. Now a little wheel has come out that's applying the safety bevel, which is essentially just smoothing out the back surface of the lens. Even though there are no sharp edges, I just want to make sure everything is nice and smooth. In just a moment, I'll open this door with my mind. I can do other things with my mind. I can melt ice with my mind. I just have to stare at it for a couple hours, then I can melt it. Now, if you can think of a funnier joke, write it down on a $100 bill and mail it to me, and I will read your joke on the air. And give you credit for it. You don't even have to include your name. I'll recognize your handwriting and give you credit. So, mail in those $100 bills. So there's still a little bit of optical sawdust left. I love it when it comes off in one piece, just like when you're trying to get lint out of the dryer trap. And I'm going to make sure all the rest of it is off the front and the back of the lens. And once I'm sure all of it is off, I collect it neatly into one pile on the counter. And then I wipe it on the floor. Why? I don't know, because it bothers my wife that I do that in the video. She's like, why don't you set a good example to people watching? Why you got to throw stuff on the floor? Alright, so I'm going to tell you, because who has time to walk over here to this trash can in the course of a work day? That's pretty far. That's asking a lot for me to move all that to right there. So I'm going to tuck this in. The reason why I put the safety bevel on there, again, there's no rough edges on here, but I want this to be really smooth, because should this not fit, which it will, because I know this frame like the back of my hand. Hey, where'd that come from? But it's okay, feel free to laugh at that. I know this frame like the back of my hand. I know it's going to fit, but if it didn't, like on the 55 eye size, by the way, look at that royal purple and old gold on that one. But I don't want, if this is going to pop right in, so what you do to change the lenses out, I have the side I'm working on closest to me, I have my arms, my elbows touching my sides, arms but in a right angle, tuck the lens in at the outside corner, push down with the thumbs, it snaps right in. But if this were too large, I would have to take it down, which I normally have to do for the 55 eye size. But I don't want any rough edges to come into contact with the frame as I press down, possibly marring or scratching the finish of the frame. And that's why I smooth it all the way around just to be able to press down right there. Now, flip this over to L, place the magnet into the Chuck, the Charles, the Chucky baby. the Chuckarama, the Chuck-roo-roo, or today I'm calling it the Q-Dog, which, by the way, my man here said, don't worry about my name. It's not about me. It's about his association, his colors. He said, just put on there that he's a Q-Dog. You don't have to put his name. It ain't about him. It's about Christ, his Savior. He couldn't get to where he's at today, working in Washington, D.C. on behalf of all of us, not Democrats or Republicans. He is working for all Americans. And hey, hats off to you for that, because it's never been harder to do. I appreciate your commitment to public service and all that you do. I got your eyes while you got my back. So yeah, the magnet is into the Q-Dog. Hit the green start button. The door closes, the clamp shuts. The lens is going to be traced by 2 white styluses, making sure that it's large enough to fit into the frame on the first go round. And you can see as it's tracing the shape. And the old Jewish carpenter saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you, or measure twice, cut once. It's measuring the thickness of the lens to know where to place the bevel so you have the least amount of edge thickness showing. Look at that Q-Dog. You got nothing. You got no edge thickness. You got nothing there. Sorry, that's my bad Robert De Niro impersonation. So, I'm going to take this block off, pull the sticker away, use my hand-approved drying method, throw that in there. I called glass. Y'all heard me call glass, didn't you? Add to my sticker collection, come down here to the lensometer, and turn the axis wheel back to 60. Put it in. Actually, I'm going to have to find your PD wore off, but I can put another one on there. Read the power, and I am getting minus 175 in the red numbers, going away from 0. We passed 1, we're just shy of 2. 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175, just shy of 2. That's because you are far-sighted. When you take your glasses off, everything is clear up close. But you need 7 steps of far-sighted correction. The unit of measurement we use in the optical world is called a diopter, spelled D-I-O-P-T-E-R. Starts at 0, goes up from there, quarter, 0.50, 0.75, 1, 1 1/4, 150, 175. So you're on the 7th rung of a ladder. That makes all the images far away clear. Now you have 1/4 step of astigmatism correction, the smallest you can have. Uncorrected astigmatism, well, higher amounts of it, like in your left eye, makes 6s and 8s look alike, or the letters P and F. Think of it as a fine-tune knob. You have a power of 175 here, 90 degrees away. You have a steeper curve that's by 1 step. That's how we line those 2 curves up to make everything nice and crisp. And we're going to line that up at the 60 meridian. A straight line is 0 to 90 to 180. So we're going to turn it past the 45 and stop at about 60, which is where we're at. We're going to read the second power, and we're at -2. How did we get there? Remember high school math where you add 2 like signs together? Well, you might, but other people don't. Let's use today's term. Someone borrowed $1.75 from you, then they borrowed another quarter. They would owe you $2. That's where at $2 in the red. Now your left eye, you only need 1 step of far-sighted correction, but you need 3 steps, 3/4 of a diopter, so we're going to end up with a total of 1 when we add those 2 numbers together. Now these first 2 numbers are real values to be concerned with. Well, this last number could be anywhere from 0 to 90, 0 to 180. So again, 0 to 90 to 180. So for the right eye we turn it to 60, for the left eye we turn it to 90. And you have 30 degrees of separation from you and Kevin Bacon's prescription. Now, this frame and lens combination, you will get 1 free pair of clear lenses with a purchase of any frame. And now this frame sells for $149 complete. Frame and lenses with a polarized magnetic clip-on. You're wearing it out the door for $149. The Photofusion Extra Gray, where they get extra dark outside, adds $129. The Duravision Chrome anti-glare coating costs $69 for a total of $347. Tax-free. The reason why I point out tax-free now, a lot of people on the internet are having to charge tax where they didn't before. I am in North Carolina, in the same city as North Carolina Central, the first HBC in at least in this country, maybe the world, I don't know, but home to the North Carolina Central University Eagles. But and I'm going to have to start designing frames for them in their colors, but I'm in North Carolina, as I was alluding to before I got distracted. North Carolina considers eyeglasses a medical device. There is no tax collected in North Carolina on medical devices, and that's how I'm able to remain tax-free. I also include free shipping anywhere in the US and its territories, but I'm getting to that. So to have the side I'm working on closest to me here, you know what, I forgot to put the PD on the right lens, so I'll go back. So again, tucking it in at the outside corner, press down with my thumbs, it snaps right in. That popped off. The anti-glare coatings have a hydrophobic coating so rain and moisture drips right off compared to a regular lens. Dry that off. All right, I'm calling glass this time. I'm dropping back for a 3-pointer. Oh, look at that. You saw, I called it and you saw it there. All right, put that in there. Let me, while I'm still on 60, let me find the center of the lens. Put the PD back on there. Come back over here, turn it to 90. Read the power, put it in over that black dot. I am getting -1/4, 1 tick mark past 0 into the minus numbers, not the black positive. That's a hyperope. That's for farsighted. You are nearsighted on this side of 0 in the red numbers. We're going to read the second curvature. We end up at -1. Again, -1/4 added to -75 equals -1. Now, your pupillary distance, 32.5 for each eye for a total of 112. No, wait, 65. I mathed wrong. I failed math so many times I can't even count. Again, hello, is this on? Feel free to laugh at any of these jokes. But, so 65 is your PD. Just like the crosshairs of a scope, I'm measuring vertically and horizontally. So the horizontal measurement is 65, the vertical measurement is 23, so these dots are directly in front of your pupil. I'm going to turn the card around, place the PD stick against my thumb on your right lens. When we look at it on your left lens, we're getting 65 millimeters, so that is cut perfectly. Now the vertical measurement of 23, not to the bottom of the lens, but to the middle of the plastic, because the lens goes halfway into the plastic. We're getting 23 millimeters. That is cut perfectly. And the reason why I show everyone this, 23 millimeters. Again, when you buy something on the internet, or even if you buy them at your doctor's office, how do you know you're really getting what you're getting? That's why I take the time. This is known as final inspection. I'm going to show everything along the way, take the mysterious process out of this so you know what's going on. I am a licensed optician. I went to opticianry college to learn what I'm doing. I passed the state board exam, one of the most strenuous in the country, and I've been in the field for 21 years, and I've personally cut lenses for over tens of thousands of pairs of glasses for people in my community here. And now, well, I woke up one day last year and realized I'm just a cover band. I'm putting lenses in other people's songs. Ralph Lauren Polo, Harley Davidson, BMW, Ray-Ban, Oakley, Cazal. I do have Cazal. I'm an authorized dealer for Cazal. I don't have them all on the website yet. So if there's a frame you want, just message me and I can get it for you. I'll let you know the price and availability. More Ray-Bans, Versace's. But I realize I'm never going to be a rock star optician until I write my own songs and stop putting lenses in other people's songs. So the first song I wanted to write, something that was dear to my heart, and to not just me, to a billion other people on the planet. And every frame that I come with now, this frame, I wore this Ray-Ban 2132 new Wayfarer for about 8 years. I love this frame. It is so comfortable and so durable. Plagiarism is when you steal from one, art is when you steal from many. I wanted to start with this frame. Now the two modifications I made, I took the shield off, which is that silver button on the front, and these Ray-Bans have a 3-barrel hinge, meaning that there's 2 barrels on this piece, the temple. There's 1 barrel on the hinge, the frame front, excuse me. When you put those together, when you put the temple onto the frame foot and put a screw through it, you have 3 barrels. I did a 7-barrel hinge. I wanted these to be stout and strong. Excuse me, I had my Peter Brady puberty moment there. But I have 4 barrels on the temple. I have 3 on the frame front, and then when the screw goes through it, we have 7. I wanted these to be as strong as possible since it has my name, which is Christian Eyewear. I'm getting that trademark now, designed in USA by me. And every frame that I come up with will have a different Bible passage on there. But the reason why I copied this, I was a little skeptical. When I started selling glasses online, at least my brand, people are like, how do I know that's what it's going to look like? Go into any store in the world, try on the Ray-Ban 2132 new Wayfarer in size 52, and you know exactly how it fits and how it looks. Now, this frame comes in 3 principal colors: black, tortoise, and purple. Each one comes with either a gold cross or a silver cross. I'm wearing this one because it goes with my black hair and silver wisdom highlights that are coming in. Or should I say I've got silver hair with black hair coming in. That's about what it looks like at this point in my life. The tortoise with gold or silver. Purple with gold or silver. So any Q-Dogs out there, Minnesota Vikings fan, LA Lakers, if you rock the Kobe jersey, you want the matching glasses, I can do these as prescription or non-prescription. Now these are again all 52 eye size. In November I will have a 55 and 58 eye size that all come with a polarized clip-on. I had to do my life savings to get started with these. Now the purple comes with a brown gradient clip-on, and while supplies last, you can get an extra clip-on for $25. I had some extra ones made because this all started, I went for a ride one Sunday in my wife's car and I forgot my sunglasses and I whined about it all day. So for $25, if you have more than one vehicle, I now just keep an extra clip in my wife's car. That way when I get in there, and you can't see it, but I'm clipping this onto my frame. If my GoPro wasn't, let me move, there we go, now it's clipped on. But for $25, you can have a pair of prescription sunglasses no matter what car you're in. And if there's any Q-Dogs out there with more than one car, just keep that in your other car. Now the tortoise and the black, now every frame color, the clip matches the frame color. So the tortoise frame comes with a tortoise clip. These come with polarized gray with a back surface anti-glare. All the premium high-end sunglass companies do that. Maui Jim, Oakley, Ray-Ban, they all put a back surface anti-glare on the clip. And of course the black frame comes with a black clip and gray polarized lenses. Now I had these done at the same time. This, I went a little bit bold. I went larger for sunglasses because I realized there's a lot of people out there who would want to wear these as sunglasses who don't have prescription lenses. So I made these larger. This is the model number John 3:16, which is, for God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. And again, Christian eyewear, designed in USA by me. You can get it with black with gold or silver. Same for the purple, the majestic purple, gold or silver. And the reason why I call this majestic gold, allegedly when Jesus was carrying the cross through the streets of Jerusalem, Roman soldiers put a purple cloth around his neck. Jesus being the King of the Jews, this became majestic purple. That's what I call it, but it's really more of a royal purple color. And then to do something different, I wanted a wood color. If you're doing a crucifix frame, I figured if you're going to walk up to the bell, ring it. If you're going to do a crucifix frame, I wanted a wood color. And this one is colored dogwood because Jesus allegedly was crucified on dogwood lumber. And now come November, the middle of November, after the 2020 election, I will have these with a magnetic clip-on in the 55i. Right now these are just available as is. You can get them with clear lenses. This is the same frame. I ordered them all as sunglasses. I took the dark lenses out and I put clear lenses in there because there's people who just need this size. And I didn't have them available yet with the clip. So if you want to purchase before the middle of November 2020 and you don't need the polarized clip-on, you can get these in the 55i size. Come November, I will have them in the 55 and the 58 for any big guys out there and big gals. That includes you. You'll be able to get them all with the magnetic polarized clip-on. If you don't want to mess with that, you can go ahead and get these as is in the 55i size, which is almost the one size fits all. You can go to any Ray-Ban, any store in America that sells Ray-Ban, try on the Ray-Ban 2132 New Wayfarer size 55, which again is going to be a sunglass. I just took the dark lenses out. But when you try on the sunglass, you'll know what it's going to look like, what it's going to feel like, except again, stronger 7-barrel hinges in there. Now let me finish my job here so Q-Dog can wear his glasses. This is the portion in every video as I clean your lenses. I mentioned that there's free shipping anywhere in the US. And Washington, D.C. is still in the US. But the rest of us, I don't know. I can't say for that. But just because of all the turmoil that's going on, please, can't we all just get along? But when you get these in the mail, Q-Dog, there's a small chance these could fit too loose, meaning they're too big for your head, or too tight. But there's an 80% chance that one side is going to sit higher than the other. That's because 80% of people have one ear that is higher than the other. And because of that statistic, 99% of all optical shops will do free adjustments if you ask them. But I'm going to get them in standard alignment first, also known as a 3-point stance. The 3 points are 1, 2, and the bottom of the frame being 3. I set them on the counter and press down. There is no wobble. Now, when I say wobble, when I take mine off and press down on the counter, they wobble on the counter, but they sit level on me. And again, for those of you keeping score at home, I'm wearing the Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, in the black and silver. Of course, most of my accessories, watches, belt buckles, shoes, buckles, black with silver. So it was easy for me to pick that color. If you wear a lot of gold jewelry, go ahead and rock the gold. If you wear platinum and silver, rock this color. But flip this over, press down, make sure there is no wobble. There's not. Close each temple to make sure they overlap perfectly, and they do, that neither temple is askew. Check the tension on each hinge to make sure they're matching. If one was tighter, I would loosen. If one was looser, I would tighten it so they're matching. But let me go ahead and clean these. By the way, I send out a selfie request in every package. I would love to have your picture on the website. Actually, 2 pictures, one with you indoors with these clear, one with you outside near something iconic from Washington, D.C., showing the lenses turn dark. I also send out cleaning instructions in every package, not only on how to care for your frame and lenses so they last you for years, but for the premium microfiber cloth that I provide, and I field test to make sure that when you get this in the mail, you see these wrinkles in here, you know that it works. I field tested every cloth before I ship. So, but I also send instructions on how to care for your Zeiss cleaning cloth and your case, so it too will last you for years. No other seller does that on the internet, I am told. You want to see how good these magnets are? Boom, look at that. Just the metal in this case, the magnet attaches to it. These are very strong rare earth magnets that just clip onto the frame like that. My only concern, should anyone ride a motorcycle without a face shield, you're looking straight ahead, that's fine, but if you turn your head when you get to intersections, I'm concerned that the clip might come off. So keep that in mind if you do a lot of boating or ride motorcycles or anything like that where wind is racing past you with no face shield. If anyone does happen, let me know. I'm getting feedback on here. I want to know all of this. But now, even though it comes with a polarized clip, Q-Dog got the Transitions Extra Active from Zeiss because he's just going to keep this in the car. When you get out of the car, these will turn dark. And as you can see, it takes about 30 to 45 seconds for all photochromic transition lenses to darken. A little bit longer when you come back inside, 45 seconds to a minute, minute 15. Now, everyone pay attention. All photochromic transition lenses will turn dark on day 1 and continue to darken every day for the first couple weeks are exposed to the sun. After that, they will work for years at maximum performance. The only time they won't work is if you're behind the windshield of a car. Your windshield absorbs the sun's harmful ultraviolet rays that would cause your dashboard to crack from sitting in the sun all day, and that's why they don't turn dark in a car. Now, having said that, these Photochromic Extra Active Gray from Zeiss will get 30 to 50% dark behind a windshield. But when you want them even darker, click on your polarized clip-on, and there you go. Now, think of this as your seatbelt. When you get in the car, put on your seatbelt, put on the clip. When you get out of the car, take off your seatbelt, take off the clip, and just leave that in your console or up by your windshield, that compartment there for sunglasses. That way you've always got them in there. And as I keep talking, you will see these get lighter and lighter. They're also temperature sensitive, meaning they will get darker when it's 85 degrees and below versus 95 and above. But I like to remind everybody, when it's 100 degrees outside, you're miserable, your lenses are miserable. Nobody works 100% when it's 100 degrees outside. Having said that, we all work much better when it cools off. But again, having said that, these Photochromic Extra Gray lenses are designed for extra active people who spend extra amounts of time outside. If you live in a hot climate, California, Texas, Louisiana, Florida, or just if you like the darkest lens possible, just go with the Extra Active. It does add $30. Now, the regular photochromic transition lenses from Zeiss are $99. They come in gray, brown, green, and blue. That blue is a hot color. For all you in the Divine Nine who've got the color blue, you can think about that for your transition lenses. But the Extra Active only comes in gray at this point from Zeiss. But this is the point in every video that I like to remind you that Jesus loves you unconditionally. Me, I'm just trying to get a like. If you've enjoyed this video, give me the thumbs up button down below. Like this video. If you're watching this on Christian Eyewear, click this logo in the bottom right hand corner to subscribe to my channel. Click the bell icon so you'll be notified of every future frame and lens combinations as they become available. If you're watching this on my free prescription lenses channel, click the red subscribe button. Same thing for the bell to be notified every time the frame and lenses are available. If you have any questions, by the way, I can do any power lens, single vision. I can do the classic line style bifocal like our grandparents wore. I know people out there don't want to hear that, but I can also do the invisible bifocal like I'm wearing. I can do these as permanent sunglasses, and if you people who are light sensitive, you can have these as sunglasses, and then on days where it's really bright, literally they stay dark the whole time, and then when it's really bright, or in the morning if you commute to work and you're driving into the sun, click that on there. If you're driving home into the sun on your way home, you'll be extra dark for the win. I can do these as polarized sunglasses. I can do these with a mirror coating. If you want, check this out. You want the purple sunglasses with a gold tint? I can do that too. Now I can do when you look out, you can see gray, brown, or green, like the Ray-Ban G15. I can put any color on top of that. I can do a matte silver, a shiny silver, a matte gold, shiny gold, matte blue, strong blue, green, or red. I can add that to any lens. There's no prescription I can't do. So if you have any questions, just go to the contact me page of the website. Leave me a question, or if you just like to type, you can type in my email, which is info@christianeyewear.com. You can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter as Christian Eyewear. If you're on the sidewalk, you can walk behind me to follow me. I'm telling you, I know this stuff, but give me a week. I'm working on that joke. I'm going to make it funny. But you can also leave a question or comment in the comment section below. But Q Dog, who's stomping the yard there in Washington, D.C., thank you so much for the purchase of the Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. With the free single vision lenses, you paid the upgrade to the Photofusion Extra Gray and Duravision Chrome anti-glare to reduce glare when driving at night and in the rain, as well as the cosmetic feature that improves eye contact. A lens without anti-glare, you can see how the light reflects off of there. It makes for much better eye contact. But thanks for watching. Thanks for your purchase. And now hopefully everyone else has gotten a chance to see how I bring God's love and feeling back to glasses. Thank you.